Hey, everybody, welcome to QOTD, the Question of the Day show. This is the game show that lets you be on the air. You can join us right here on the air by recording your own video answers to any of this week's awesome daily questions. This is the big show where we pick the very best answers that you guys have recorded this week. And by the way, it's not too late. You can still record and be on the air. Just click the little link that says record. That's going to show up in the chat, and you can join us right here on the air. Who knows? Maybe you're going to be our champion QOTDer of the entire week. So JJ, what was this week all about?
Yes, so this week we were thinking it's late February, so it is the perfect time to be planning your summer or spring vacations. So this week is all about going into vacation mode. We're talking about your dream places you'd want to go if travel costs weren't an issue, packing quickly for a vacation. What are the 3 items you're grabbing? We're talking dream road trip buddies, bucket list trips. We're talking all of it.
I have answers to all of those. It's really awesome. But guess what? Guess where my wife is this week? She's on vacation. Guess where I am? I'm feeding the dogs. I'm staying home feeding the dogs. Honey, there's going to be a quid pro quo, right? I'm going to get my vacation, right? You're going to stay home and feed the dogs. I'm going to go to Vegas or something, someplace warm. So yeah, I definitely have travel on the mind. So this is a perfect week. Well, hopefully other people are thinking about their own travel plans, because you're right. It's cold and miserable, or it's wet, depending on what kind of part of the country you're in. But so yeah, I think everybody has got that same vibe, which is let's get the heck out of Dodge, right?
Oh yeah, no, my family, we're talking about vacations we'd want to go on sometime this year. We're really getting into that mindset, so you're not alone.
Well, let's get into the questions, and we'll see what the fans had to say just about all their travel plans and their travel desires and fears, I guess. Let's just hear it.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, first, before we do that, reminder to subscribe if you want every day's prompt in your inbox when they come out, instead of waiting for the big show and having all the questions come at you at once.
Yeah, or give us a like, or write us a little comment. Just say, we love this show, or something. We don't love this show. Something. Yes. But yeah, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, exactly. We would love to. So let's get with our first question of the week, which is... Ooh, this is fun. So we're talking about work from home with this question, but working from home in your dream location, which paradise you'd want to call home. I think for this one, I think the classic example is you do beaches, you'd want to do up in the mountains, somewhere cool. It's more a point of curiosity. I want to know what it's like to work in Antarctica.
Well, you would be so focused, right?
Yeah, you would get so much done.
Yeah, it's you go out a couple times, and you're out there counting penguins or something like that, but I think that gets old and cold. So yeah, what else? What's another really lonely? You could go into the middle of a desert, and you get so much work done.
Oh yeah, set up an office in the middle of the Sahara, and you're just okay, I'm gonna just focus. No one else is around to distract me. I'm gonna finish up this deliverable.
Yeah, exactly. So JJ, what do you think? Are you ready to go off on a QOTD, remote work site to someplace cold or hot or dry or snowy?
Oh yeah, I'm so ready. My bag is packed in the background. You can't see it, but I'm ready to work from home in a magical paradise.
You're dedicated.
And yeah, I'm dedicated. I'm ready. And luckily for us, if we need recommendations, we have answers from fans from throughout the week. So let's see where they want to work from home from.
Working remotely would be this place called Palawan, the Philippines. My fiance's Filipino. And it's 1,000 islands. The water is pristine. There's vegetation everywhere. You can literally climb a tree and grab coconut. You can pick fruit out the bushes like it ain't nobody's business. It's just serene. It's perfect. Besides monsoons, it's
I wonder if that's doable. Could you actually climb a coconut tree and grab a coconut? Is it as easy as that?
Way to go, Hawaii. I hope that plan is working out really well for them. Second of all, my job could never be remote. I work with people too much, but if I were offered this, Hawaii would be at the top of the list, followed closely by New Zealand and Australia to take up this offer. Somewhere tropical and warm for sure, though.
Sounds like Alexis wants to learn how to surf. Those are 3 top surf paradises.
It would have to be Italy. I think that Italy is the coolest place on earth. The food, the culture, the people, the food, if I didn't mention that before. Positano, specifically. That is the most beautiful place on earth. The views are spectacular. And the seafood, incredible.
La vida bella.
You gotta do this a lot.
La vida bella.
Listen, if someone said to me, we're going to offer you a round trip to go work remotely on an island in Hawaii, do you want to? Don't even finish the sentence. Just come pick me up. Okay? I'm ready to go right now. Right now, okay? Don't waste any time. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Come pick me up. Let's go. This sounds like an amazing opportunity. And I've never been to Hawaii, so count me in.
She sounds like she's on the fence. Yeah.
Yeah, really just.
I think
it's a
working
big
remotely
decision.
is probably one of those lessons that we've learned in 2020 is that work can be done from anywhere with the right technology. And so, yeah, absolutely. I would love to take an exotic vacation and do a little work while I'm there. If I had my choice, I would love to go to Hawaii. I'd also love to see Panama again, possibly Spain if those options are open. Now, if we're just sticking inside the United States, I'll probably stick close to Colorado because I love my.
Yeah, that is a nice spot. More sunny days.
Hawaii, Bali, Japan, Indonesia. Wait, that's Bali. That's the same thing. Look, I'm just so flustered and so excited. I could go anywhere, Jamaica, you name it. Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take it. I can work and travel at the same time. We globetrot.
I mean, how much would you really get done if you were in someplace as fun as Jamaica? I don't know. Well, guys, it is time to vote. Speaking of fun, and the way that you vote in this show is you go into the chat and you type vote space and the number corresponding to the video that you think is the very best. Whoever you vote for is going to go to the finals. They will be the champion of this question. And then when we get into the finals, we'll have the big runoff. We'll pick the best answer of the whole week from all the questions. But for now, who's it going to be? You going to go to Aruba, Jamaica, Hawaii? Nobody said Antarctica, though, JJ. I was a little shocked.
They're missing out. We know what's up. We know that
Exactly.
Antarctica is the place to be.
It's either Greenland. Oh, yeah. She said Hawaii. Hawaii would be good, but I'm telling you, I would get up early in the morning, maybe do some fishing and surfing, and I would be too tired to get any work done. Now, anybody that gets anything done there. But they do. They do.
Yeah. No, well,
What was your
that,
choice, JJ? Seriously, if you're not going to Antarctica, let's say Antarctica is out, because I can see why you would want to go to Antarctica. But if you don't want to go to Antarctica, where are you going to go?
Honestly, I would probably say somewhere in Europe. I think I would do pretty well in like France, maybe Italy. I think that could be like a good place to work from home from because you can have like a nice office space, but then you can still like go out, explore the city, like drive to different places in Europe. I think that's the perfect place to be.
Well, this is going to come up again because we have a similar travel bucket list question coming up.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But before we get to that, we do have a poll for this question.
Do we?
No, we don't.
Well.
Oh, well. Well, we move on to the next question, which is, if you could make one worry of yours disappear right now, what would it be? Speaking with the theme of vacation, we go on vacations because we want less stuff to worry about. And there we go.
Yeah, and it's funny because you say, like most people, I mean, I don't know this, but we'll see when we see the poll. I think most people are concerned most of the time about financial issues, right? You worry about that all the time. But it's actually sort of a quality problem to have because if you're worried about your money, then you're not worried about like other things like your health or your family or an asteroid crashing into Earth, that really like high level stuff. And so I would try to like sweep those things, off the board first. I got to say that if you are like in Antarctica, what you're probably not thinking about is you're probably not thinking about like whether an asteroid's going to hit the Earth, because it's just like, you kind of get out of frame. So that's what I think, like any vacation that you would go on helps solve this problem. Whatever it is that you're worried about, you're going to worry about it a little less. Unless you're worried about, like, I lost my passport. That was bad.
Yeah, no, I think definitely like the money worries and also just like the big fears. Because I feel like it's like if you worry about the little fears, the big fears inevitably always come with them. I remember one time I was on vacation though, and my family did have money. Like we were in Croatia and we had like I think there they use euros, and we had like a baggie of euros, and I was the one who like left it somewhere and lost all the money. So we still did have money issues even when we were on vacation.
Really? Did you really? Your parents are never going to trust you again.
It was like $18, so it wasn't world ending, but I was very like, great, we just landed and already we're down $18.
I'm glad you cleared that up. I thought it was like you lost it all. Oh, that's really funny. Well, yeah, let's see what people are going to do then.
Yes, I have a feeling a lot of people agree with us about the money angle, but let's see.
As a parent, you're always worried about your kids. So if I could get rid of one worry, it would be about like my kids, never having to worry about them, in their health or their life or anything, just knowing that they would be fine for their whole lives. That would be, that would lead to a lot more restful nights, because anybody who's a parent knows you just never stop worrying about your kids. It's like a constant 24/7 thing, and it goes on forever. So yeah, kids, not having to worry about them would be great.
Yeah, or about them like leaving your 18 euros someplace, your last 18 euros.
Okay, something I'm super worried about. There's a live action Lilo and Stitch movie coming out. Have y'all seen Stitch? They fixed Sonic when this happened. Sonic came out, he had the teeth, he had the lip curl. Have you seen Stitch? I mean, I'm terrified that they're going to mess that up. And so my worry is they won't fix it. Even though fans have went crazy, please fix Stitch.
I don't think it's any fixing Stitch. A Stitch in time will not aid anything there.
I'm not a very worried person, I guess, so I don't have many. So this is quite a small one, but just that my dogs at home wouldn't be sad when I go to college. Because every time I leave, they get so upset, and every time I come back, they're so happy. So I guess just that they wouldn't be sad.
Yeah, so this one and Bart, those are what I would call first world problems.
If I could make one thing disappear, one worry, it would be money. And I know I'm preaching to the choir to everybody on that respect, but it would definitely be money. I mean, being able to focus 100% of just mental fortitude towards my career of voice acting and not have to worry about paying for groceries, helping out family members, keeping your health up, just money for everything, I'm learning as I got older. And it would be great to be done, but we all have responsibilities, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do live in a...
I think one worry that I would eliminate right now if I could is the intrusive thought that I have where I worry about dying certain ways, particularly slowly. I find myself concerned with really wanting to die quickly, whether it's in my sleep or getting run over by a truck. Yeah, not something
That, I would venture to guess, is not a common concern.
If I could make one worry disappear right now, it would probably be to have a job. After job searching for months, it gets kind of dull and tedious trying to find something that's good for after graduation, but that you don't have 10 years of experience for.
Yeah, shouldn't worry about that. That's a problem to be solved. It's just like a ditch that you got to dig. So just go do it, Hey guys, it's time to vote. You vote in the chat by typing vote space and then like whichever one you thought was the best. What are you concerned about? Are you worried about your getting a career or just like having enough money so you can like focus on the important things in life? Or are you just worried about the speed with which you're going to die? Oh, crazy, right? Maybe you're worried about your dogs. Maybe you're worried about your kids. Or maybe you're worried about Lilo and Stitch. I hear you, man. I hear you. These are some great answers. Not everybody take this question as seriously as you and I did, JJ. Oh, here it comes.
Oh, I'm excited.
Exactly.
Such.
There's nothing that gives me more concern than a live action remake of a beloved animated classic. Has it ever worked? Have you ever seen like a live remake that you thought was good or better?
I did see they made a Pokemon movie, and I thought that they did a pretty good job with that. I will say the Sonic one, I do remember the resolution that, like Bart mentioned, where Sonic looked awful, and then everyone on the internet was like, this looks awful. And then the creators did go back and make it better, and I heard that the movie was pretty good.
Kidding.
So
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
And the reviews are iffy. But Mulan, I didn't like it as good as I liked the animated one. Jungle Book, no. I mean, I've seen all of the Scooby-Doos. I mean, I did watch them, because Shaggy and Scooby. But no, it's, to me, I just haven't seen one. I'm not saying there couldn't be one, because I saw Doom, the movie, last night, and I really liked it. And that was a remake of a classic video game. So it can be done. But yeah, I share your concern, Bartimus Prime. Well said. You deserve to be in the finals.
Yes, we are all crossing our fingers, and we will see you in the final round, Bartimus. In the meantime, we should actually have a poll for this question. So, not yet.
For all the people who are worried about recording themselves, they could just take a poll.
Yes, they can. And we run it during our all-day show. I know we have a poll coming up for the next question, though. In the meantime, speaking of the next question, what are the qualities that you look for in a dream home? I know that oftentimes when we go on vacation, we go to Airbnbs, we go to beach houses, and we're like, this house is so good. Why can't this be my house? And so we're thinking we're distilling it into the qualities that you're looking for in maybe a beach house that you've went to or an Airbnb.
You're making a list. So what's on your list? What does it got to have?
I'm a person who really looks for amenities. I'm not going to lie. My dream home would have like a hot tub. It would have a pool. It would have an indoor movie theater. I went to like a house one time that my friend's family rented out, and it had a movie theater. And I was like, this is life-changing. So definitely just like packing all of the fun amenities in there can be a little oasis.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wonder whether that's what people went for. Is it all about the amenities, or is it about some of those classic things that they say about location, or maybe there's a particular look that you want, or maybe it's like it just got to have enough, bathrooms or something like that. Maybe you're one of those. But let's see.
Yeah, no, bathrooms is a very good call. Yeah, we have some really, I think, a mix of sort of my call of like amenities versus a lot of people were just like, I just want the basics, but we'll see. I'm excited for this.
Don't even get me started on my dream home. Don't. So my dream home, I know exactly how I want it. When you walk in, there's going to be marble floors with large pillars, high vaulted ceilings, floor to ceiling windows overlooking the pool. It's going to be an infinity pool, of course, over the hills somewhere in California, somewhere expensive, somewhere bougie, And it's going to have a huge kitchen so I can cook for my kids. Of course, it's going to have the best school district, private schools. They're going to be in private school. And it's going to have a large, beautiful master bedroom. Just exquisite. And I want my showers to have like that little seat that you sit on and you can sit and relax and have the water coming down like a waterfall. Like, don't get me started.
Yeah. So have you ever been to the Getty Museum? It sounds like she wants to live in the Getty Museum. Very bougie.
One big quality that I look for in my dream home is the type of flooring, in the space. I am somebody who likes to change up my style every couple of years. I don't like the same thing consistently, or I also want like an open layout. I think that's crucial. When I'm, having friends or family over, I want to be able to entertain and also be able to spend time with them. If there's a wall covering the kitchen and the dining room, or the wall, kitchen and the living room, that house is a no-go for me.
The
Yeah. No.
So my idea of a dream house would be something like, very minimalistic, and like something like a living room, bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen, because I think that's all I really need. I don't want too much, and you just have the living room for, when you have guests over, your own bedroom because for privacy, kitchen for food, and bathroom for what. So, and that just seems very simple to me, and I think that's what I would like.
Yeah. The deets.
Exactly. The basics, the necessities.
The basics.
So in my dream home, I want you to walk in and feel like you're on an entirely different planet. I want you to feel weird and like a bit uncomfortable when you walk into my home, because I want you to be like, where am I? And then in the basement, I want to have one of those tumbling mats that are at the gymnastic gyms, like a full-on one where you can do cartwheels and jump around and whatever. But I also want to have one of those foam block pits where you can like do front flips into the block pit. Oh my gosh, that would absolutely cap out as dream ultimatum home.
I'm assuming she wants that for kids' parties, but I don't know.
Same. Or adult parties.
I really don't care too much about a dream home. I don't know. I'm more about location. I guess my dream home is at a beach. I'm a beach boy. That'd be a good time. But I don't really care about like the actual structure of it. If we just take any house, plant that thing on a beach, I'm good.
That's what I said. It's not what I did. That's what I said.
Qualities that I look for in a dream home. First, the interior has to be spacious, lots of space. Second, there needs to be many rooms.
Many spaces.
Third, it needs to have a fresh and clean feeling to it. And basically, that's all the qualities that I look for in a dream home.
Big and empty. I hear you. That's what
like the Kardashian home.
Yeah, nothing there. Just big and empty. So we got to vote, right? Go into the chat and vote by typing vote space in the number that corresponds to the one that you want. I mean, or they knew every single detail of what they wanted, or are you more like Chris is like, yeah, whatever, man, just so long as it's got a good view, right? Wade's just like, yeah, just give me a blank canvas. It's got to be big and blank, and I will fill it in with my life and personality. But like, I'm still trying to like decode London. Like, what? She says, when you go in, you're not going to know where you are. And by the way, in the basement, there's going to be a ball pit or gymnastics. I don't know.
That is so funny.
Yeah, man. It's like he did that work for the remote work thing on the beach in Hawaii, and he just said, yeah, I'm staying. I want to be on the beach. Yeah. I lived on the beach.
How was it? Was it fun?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's very peaceful. It's very calming. You know, it's really great. But I've got to tell you that I live in my dream home now. You know what my dream home has? Ghosts. When I moved into this house and was just like more or less just like assaulted by like the ghosts that are in this house, I was like, this is a place that I'm never going to leave. Ever. Ghosts.
Well, isn't there that show on CBS, Ghosts?
You mean the one called Ghosts? Yes. Yeah, it was a British show, and they lived in this manor house, but then they moved to America, and now they just live in a big house, kind of like Wade's house, except it's full of ghosts. It's very funny. New season just came out. I watched the first episode the other day. It's a weird show. Have you seen it?
No, I've just heard about it.
It's in the style of other shows I've heard you say that you like Our Flag Means Death and What We Do in the Shadows. It's like part of that whole thing. It's funny.
Okay.
Maybe not quite.
I'll definitely.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
So beach. Location. That's what they say. Location, location, location.
True. Well, Chris, we will see you in the final round. And in the meantime, we have a poll.
Yes, we have a poll. So if you want to vote in this poll, just go into the chat and type vote space 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whichever one which is you. I would have said vote 4 because I've got my dream home full of ghosts.
Yeah, and I would vote 1 because of the many amenities.
Yeah, you want a pool and a pickleball court. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for location. You do have to leave your house every once in a while. It's good to be in a nice place.
True. Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for voting. We appreciate it. And you can continue voting in our all day show. In the meantime, let's move on to the next big question, which is bucket list time. What bucket list item will you be completing this year? We would be talking about dream vacations or vacations you're planning for this year, but that can extend out to big projects you're finishing, other stuff like that.
So, JJ, you were saying France, right?
Yeah, I think bucket list, it's not something I'll be completing this year, but definitely I'd be interested in going to France. Do you have any bucket list items?
So I went to the French Alps once. I was lucky enough. A friend had a house, and they were like, "Oh yes, come. You may stay in my house," and it was amazing. That would be worth doing again. But now this year, I'm a mountain climber, and there's some mountains in upstate New York that I'm kind of doing this. It's like a thing, right? They're the 46ers, and you got to get all 46 of these mountains. You got to bag the mountains. And I'm like about a quarter of the way through. So what I'm going to do, I was about to say what I want to do. What I'm going to do this year is I'm going to go up there for a week or maybe 2. And I am just going to go and bag as many peaks as I can while I'm up there. And it's like super strenuous, but it's I don't know what you get. You get a patch or something. Or maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just written like on the inside. But yeah, that's what I want to do is I want to go mountain climbing, like more or less nonstop for like a week or so, or maybe 2. That's what I need. I'm going to take my dog.
Smart. Your dog is going to love that trip.
Maybe. We'll find out. I can imagine him like day 3 just going, no.
Can't. I'm done.
Yeah, but so that's it. Let's see what everybody else had to say. Like, maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe somebody's going to say something that will just like ignite a fire in my brain and go, yes, I must go to Antarctica and count the penguins. JJ.
Yes, we got some really good answers, so let's see what they say.
I don't have a bucket list. I don't have anything at all I really want to do this year or next year or any year, honestly. I guess I just have to grow up and get older, and maybe then I'll have something to put on a bucket list. But for right now, I've pretty much done everything I've wanted.
So you'd think that she'd be happier. She's done everything that she's wanted.
This year, I'm going to finally stay on top of my to-do list. I feel like I have an endless to-do list of things that aren't time sensitive, so they just kind of keep getting put off again and again and again, and I'm finally in a position where I think I can stay on top of it, so that's going to be my goal next year.
Yeah, you got to catch up. It's like, how do you do that? Because once you catch up, you feel like you can keep up.
I don't know if any are for certain to be completed, but I'm definitely working towards being able to have at least a simple conversation in Korean. And I think booking my first professional photo shoot. I have a road trip planned later where I'm going to hit up a few big cities. And I'm going to be trying to contact photographers in the area and try to do that while I'm passing through. So here's hoping that I get one or both of those done later this year.
I like it. That's a different take on remote work. She just wants to do things while she's passing through. The gig.
Pretty smart, honestly.
Okay, so I've written 5 children's books. So one of my bucket items for 2024 is I'd love to get one of those children picture storybooks illustrated and published by the end of the year. So ideally I'd love to do 2, but I'm going to just stick with 1 because it's a learning process as well. So yeah, 1 illustrated and published children's picture storybook.
I like that. That's like a doable to do. That's the way to do it.
My bucket list consists of a lot of places that I want to travel. One of those places being Las Vegas, Nevada. I am going there for my birthday this year, so I'm going to cross that off my bucket list, and hooray for that.
Well, the rule about Las Vegas, Mia, there are 2 of them. One is what happens there stays, and the other one is 2 nights.
Train ride. I love trains. Like, I've always loved trains and didn't understand why I had such a fascination with them until I learned that one of my grandfathers worked on and lived right next to a train station, and my other grandfather worked on the train at the train station as well. So I think that's my connection. But I want to take a train ride, and I want to take the train ride to see my uncle, who is a decorated war veteran. He has a Purple Heart from being in Vietnam, and he participated in a lot of other stuff related to his time in service. So I'd love to go and sit and talk with him and record his story and just have his history for the rest of the world to know.
Got to preserve these stories. That's a great wish. Yeah. I like trains, but I don't have the connection that she has. My connection is risky business. Let's vote, guys. It's time to vote. Go into the chat and type vote space and whose bucket list did you find the most entertaining, or was it similar to yours, or you just like the cut of their jib? Maybe it was vote space 6. Misha's she's got a whole tale. Or maybe you're like Murray. Vote 1. It's man, I've done it all. I've been there. I've seen that. I like Tabitha's though, because Tabitha's it's realistic. She's going to get some things done. That's a good approach. Mm-hmm. And Oriana, is she a photographer or is she a model? I bet she's a model.
I think model, yeah. She's trying to get some photos taken.
Good look. Hannah, what did Hannah say?
She's trying to keep on her to-do list.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, she's going to improve her life forever. She's going to catch up once. It's nice.
Yeah, no, I'm very envious because I feel especially on my to-do lists, it's the Hydra where it's every time you get a task done, there's 3 more that come up. So Hannah, we wish you the best.
Yeah, December 31st, or I should say January 1st, just take your to-do list and throw it in a fire. You can't carry these things over from year to year. You're never going to get anywhere.
No, you're even better. You're gonna be kicking yourself because you're why can't I get this done? And it's just gotta no.
Yeah, exactly. Just let it go.
Exactly. Well,
unless what's on your to-do list is to fix Stitch, because that you got to do.
Yeah, no, because then it's not just you. It's the studios, it's the audiences. So there's a lot of stuff to worry about.
Besides that, yeah. Well, that's good. Good luck with that one, Hannah.
Yes. In the meantime, we do actually have a poll for this question too. So we're asking, what bucket list item will you complete this year? Is it a dream vacation, finishing a big project, trying something new, or do you don't have plans yet? We're only about to go into March, so you have time this year. Let us know.
Nobody said get a job. That seems to be a common refrain, especially when we have young people watching. They're get my job. Dream vacation, yes. That's
fitting. Yeah, no, but definitely the vacation angle. It's and also if you want to plan for a 2024 vacation, you should be doing it yesterday. So everyone get on that. Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You meant me, didn't you? Yeah, it's so true. I got it.
Yeah. It's a not so subtle way of telling you to.
Yeah. My hiking buddies are hey man, tick, tick, tick.
Exactly. Well, thank you everyone for answering the poll. We can move on to the next question of the week, which is, we're moving from vacations to road trips, but we're asking you if you could go on a road trip with anyone living or dead, who would you go with?
Ooh, you get a lot of intimate time. You get a lot of get to know you time when you're on a road trip. You're just sitting in the car. I guess you don't have your map folded on your lap anymore, but they're talking with you and things like that. You really get to know somebody. So it's got to be somebody that you really want to get to know. Somebody that you really want to spend time with. It shouldn't be Stitch because Stitch has got to get fixed. I got to say, I want to go with Willie Nelson because not only does Willie Nelson, he's had this like fascinating life and he's got this like wisdom. You hear it in his music, but it's like, I just bet that he loves road trips. He spent so much of his life on the road, in a bus or something like that, going to gigs and stuff. I mean, he knows how to kill that time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but no, you got to be careful driving. I'm not sure if I was going to let Willie get behind the wheel. You need a more responsible party, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think that's very smart. I am actually thinking not along similar lines, someone who travels a lot. I'm thinking like maybe someone like Mr. Beast would be good to have on a trip.
Oh.
Because just learning how he does these freaking like videos where he's like, oh yeah, people are like competing for $1 million or like a car. I would love to know how he does that. And also just like, because he seems to have such access to wealth and money, like we'll be doing the trip in a Mercedes-Benz with like a suitcase with $1 million in the back seat.
Yeah, he's got the tolls. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah. And he'll pay his share of the gas.
Oh, he's paying for all the gas. Let's not get it twisted. He has the money for it. Well, I think we had some really good answers coming in from throughout the week. So let's see what people had to say. Who they're choosing.
If I could go on a road trip with anyone, it would be Donald Trump, so I could push him out of the car.
I guess that's why he's wearing the mask. Fearful.
If I was to go on a road trip with someone, living or dead, I believe I'd choose someone like Bear Grylls. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's like a outdoor survivalist type of person. And well, I wouldn't say that I don't know much about outdoors, but I've seen plenty videos. But seeing and doing it in real life is two way different things. So I'd probably choose someone with experience, such as Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls. Yeah, no, I've seen his show many times. Picking up some tricks.
If I could go on a road trip with any person, living or dead, who would it be? Probably Muhammad Ali. And let me go ahead and tell you why. I remember being on YouTube the other day and seeing a video in which a couple met Ali in the Great Wall of China, and I started thinking, how would it be to travel around the world with Ali? I mean, this is just a road trip, but traveling with someone like Muhammad Ali, no one will pick a fight.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, what a beloved character. Well, I mean, back in the day.
I am to go on a road trip with anyone. That person is definitely going to be my dad. You know why? Because he will be running commentary and telling you stories about every landmark, every spot, every box stop, everything. The man knows quite a lot of places, and it's always fun traveling with him.
Yeah, my dad, what he does is he'll like give us like 1 million pit stops and like detours.
If I could go on a road trip with anyone, I would probably choose Eminem. I don't know why, I've always been a huge fan of Eminem, and I think that would not be a boring road trip, for sure.
Never shout out, though.
If I'm going on a road trip with someone, I would most definitely go with a person who is worth it, a person who is fun and full of excitements in life, and a person who's ready to go or just go with the flow with everything. So I'm choosing my girlfriend to go with me to a road trip anywhere in the world.
You know what? Giancarlo just said that in chat. John said girlfriend, but we need a driver because neither of us drive. So, you know, maybe you guys could all like double date and work something out. Guys, it is time to vote. Type vote space and then the number one of these people, like who is it that you agree with? Yeah, you're gonna go like with Muhammad Ali, that would be pretty awesome. Or maybe a practical like Bear Grylls, or maybe it's somebody who's important to you in your own life, like your girlfriend or your dad, somebody who's like knows how to read a map, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Beast, that was yours, JJ. That was a good one. Yeah, you were thinking practically as well. Who's going to pay for the gas, right?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I will say, reading the chat, I will offer my services as a driver, but then in return, the other people have got to pay. They got to be wealthy.
Yeah. Mishak's thinking. He's thinking like practically. Right? Yeah. What happens if they're on this road trip and they should happen to run out of gas and
yeah, literally. Or like you need a tire changed. I know Bear Grylls.
Yeah. Bear Grylls would know what to do. Good answer, Mishak Peters. Congratulations. You're going to make it into the final round. And then we can see maybe you will be the QOTD Answerer of the Week.
Yeah. The big winner. Yeah, we're coming up on it too. We only have 2 more questions after this one. So we're coming in on the finale hot. But first, we do have a poll. So we're asking you who your dream road trip companion is. Is it a close friend or family member? Is it a celebrity or a famous person, a historical figure, or getting adventurous? I added in a fictional character.
Oh, that's a good idea. But yeah, I like this historical figure. What about Marco Polo? He knows how to go on a road trip.
Yes. Robinson Crusoe.
Yeah.
That guy.
Close friend. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You can ruin a relationship on a road trip. Like, you ever...
I don't think I've ruined a relationship.
We're compatible.
Yeah. No, I mean, I went on a road trip with friends, and we didn't do that, but I can, like, see how, like, if I had gone with people who I did not love, how it could have been, like, grating, just being in the car for, like, hours on end. I can see how it can get testy, but I'm lucky. I went with people I love, and we were like,
especially a long trip. How long was your trip with the people that you love?
It was like a week. It was over spring break, so I think it was 2 weeks. I want to say
2 weeks. Oh, that's legit. That's a good. That's enough time to really like hate somebody. To go from love to hate. It's a fine line.
Yeah, the
state line. It's usually crossing Texas. That's usually where relationship.
Oh, I didn't know Texas was the one.
Texas is big. Because first off, you've already gotten 3 days because you had to go through Virginia. Virginia's another long one. And then you get to Texas, like, oh, thank God we're in Texas. And then Texas goes on, like, for years. Texas is huge. They're not kidding around when they talk about everything's big in Texas. And so, like, if you could make it all the way over there to Arizona, well, God bless you if you can do that and still maintain your relationships. I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, all power to you. Well, thank you everyone for answering the poll. That's the way you test a relationship then. We have given you a test. We've given you a homework assignment.
Kitty Amore came up with a good one. She says, Gandalf. He knows how to take a road trip, right?
Yes.
And he's like oddly undependable, but then he like comes through when you really need it. He's the guy who's got like the tip in the diner. It's like, oh my God, someone's got something. Gandalf.
Yes. That is an incredible addition. Thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you, Kitty. I think that we can move on to the next question. Second to last one of the week. We're talking vacation go bags. So this question is, either you forgot to pack for your vacation and you need to quickly throw a suitcase together, or you're going on a impromptu vacation and you need to pack a suitcase. What are the first 3 items that you are going to grab?
Yeah, somebody calls you up and they go, hey, let's go to Jamaica, but listen, the flight leaves in 20 minutes. Can you go? And you're like, of course I can go. I have my emergency travel go bag all packed, and it's got my this, that, and the other, whatever those 3 things are. So you got to have your passport, right?
Yes.
You got to have some cash, and then you got to have like a change underwear. You can buy a toothbrush in the airport, but you're not going to buy new underwear in the airport. I'm not going to buy new underwear in the airport.
No, I think that's a pretty solid list.
Thanks.
I might also put in my because I'm a person who really likes to listen to music on like flights and on trips. So I might also pack like headphones or like earbuds, so that way I can like have some background music.
Yeah, you're going to have to prep though, because, you know, obviously like a trip to Hawaii has a different playlist than a trip to Italy. So you're going to have all these playlists ready to roll. You should start working on it now.
Yeah, very smart. Good to have it prepped and ready. When we have some answers from fans from throughout the week, so let's see what people are putting in their vacay go bags.
I will grab my phone, my computer, and my vibrator.
Oh yes, forgot that.
Oh my god.
The top three items I would pick would definitely be my cat, since me and him are best friends and I love him so much. The second item would be my backpack, since that has all my supplies and I take it everywhere with me. And the third item would definitely be some cash, so I don't have to start all the way over with my life.
Yeah. And there's some similarity there if you think about it, because when a cat's purring, it's...
Three things I grab: my portable file cabinet, change of clothes, and my phone.
Yeah, she's ready for anything.
Oh yeah, she's working from home on this vacation.
If I needed to leave my home in seconds, what 3 items? Well, I think pretty much anyone would say their wallet, their phone, and for me, it would be shoes or a jacket. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. Those are the things that I need. I guess my phone charger. So just my purse with all that included, and a jacket, my shoes, hopefully I have clothes on, and then I'm good. And if I have some water, I'll bring that too. And my keys.
3 things, Manila. 3.
If there was an emergency and I could only grab 3 things, assuming that my boyfriend can get out on his own, I would grab my cat and my guitar and my work briefcase, because that has all my electronics in it, and those are my like main prized possessions, I guess. So I don't have a lot of stuff, I guess.
Yeah, no, not a lot of stuff, but you do have a cat.
Which is big.
I'm gonna be bringing with me some family photo albums, my cats, and I guess a change of clothes. Gotta have that.
Photos. That's what she wants. I like it. You know, you're kind of a romantic there. All right, guys, we got to vote. We got to pick one of these amazing answers to be the best answer to this question. What are the 3 things that you're going to keep in your go bag? I don't know. Is it going to be number 1 over there? That was a curious answer. Jimena. Or maybe one of these other vibrating felines, because that came up a lot. Maddie said that. And I'm like squinting because I can't read people's names anymore. But yeah, vote 5 also had cats. Vote 3 had cats. Vote 2 had cats. There was a lot of cats going on. Which is ironic, because your cat doesn't need you. Just open the door.
The cat is aching.
That's fine. Yeah, Manila. But she grabbed everything. She's like, yeah, and all I need is this paddleball game, and I need my headphones and my tennis racket. Well, yeah, she had a comprehensive list though. She'll be fine wherever she goes with her cat.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about Manila. She'll have her purse containing all of her items. She'll be fine. Well,
yeah.
we will. Yeah,
but
we
think about poor Gandalf, right? Right? Katie Moore was talking about Gandalf as being the road companion. When you say, "Hey, Gandalf, we got to get out of here," what is he going to grab? Just that stick. He doesn't need anything else. No, right? That's it. I like somebody who can travel light. Like Frodo and the rest of the guys, they all have backpacks. What did Gandalf have? A stick. Yeah.
A stick. Well, Manila, we will see you in the final rounds with all of your many things that you mentioned. And we also have a poll for this question. So we're asking you, we're turning the question to you, what are your vacation must-haves? Are you taking electronics first? Outfits? Are you planning your clothes? Are you doing plain essentials like a neck pillow? Love a neck pillow. Or, I know, and you can actually bring snacks through TSA now, I found out, but would you bring snacks?
Yeah, so long as it's 4 ounces or less.
Exactly.
I don't know what you metric people call that, but it's not a lot. Yeah. So people went for the snacks. It's like electronics. You go on a vacation, don't bring your electronics, right? And then, but you have snacks. You need to have your snacks. Forget about the cat, right? Grab a packet of M&Ms.
Literally, I'm nothing. You're not you when you're hungry. You gotta feed yourself first. Yeah, snacks then electronics.
About the problems of travel. Excuse me, madame. I believe you're sitting in my seat. Not going to say that when you're hungry.
No,
you're going to say something that you're going to regret. Is what you're going to say. Yeah. All right. Got to feed your body first. Good point, JJ. Thank you very much for that.
No problem. And now I can move on to the last question of the week. The big one. We're talking vacations. Where is your dream travel destination for this year? What have you been hearing about? Where's the place to be? And
well, we've talked about your place enough.
What?
You're going to go to Antarctica and count penguins.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I don't think I should say France, though I would love to go back because I've already been. It's got to be something new. My dream destination. Well, you guys know I'm going to go up into the high peaks of upstate New York, but maybe someplace crazy, right? I don't know. Hawaii. I think I need some input from the fans.
Yeah. No, the world is big, so there's a lot of places that you could go.
It's hard to think of the places that you want to go because there's so many places. It's easier to talk about the places that you don't want to go, right?
Exactly.
I want to go to Chicago. They make the pizza wrong. I don't want to go there, right? And Detroit, they've got some really good food there, but they NFL, they blew it. They had the chance and they blew it. I would be thinking about that the whole time. So those two places are off, but any place else, I'm for. Hawaii, Colorado, yeah. One of our earlier guests was talking about Colorado. I think she said that she lived in Denver, but I would go for Summit County there. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful and rugged. I don't know what to say. That's where I'm going to go. Colorado.
Nice.
If you haven't been,
I think Colorado's good.
You got to go.
Yeah. Well, luckily, if you need any swaying about Colorado, we have some really great fan answers from throughout the week. So let's see if any of them agree with you about Colorado.
Yeah, don't go in the winter. It's basic.
I don't know whether the destination of the cruise ship itself is the destination, but I heard about this cruise that's going traveling around the world for 3 years straight. And it's built for the idea is that it's for people who work online, which I do. And you can work while you're on the ship because it has internet and all the facilities. But yeah, you travel around the world whilst working for 3 years. All your food, your cleaning, your laundry, everything done for you. Sounds amazing. So
it's like the Beach Boys song. She's going to be on safari to stay.
It would be Italy because I heard that they have great coffee espressos that I had to have. And of course, the great attractions, Rome, Naples, Venice, all those kind of great places that I just have to visit somewhere in the future.
I recommend it.
If money were no object, I would fulfill the ultimate dream sports fan event. I would go to every single one of my team's home games, and then I would travel with the team to every single one of their destinations games. And if they made the playoffs, I would travel with them to the playoffs. I think that would be the most fun sports pilgrimage of all time.
Wow.
Bring Willie Nelson. That's my advice. That would be great.
2024 travel destination, price is no object. I would love to go to the Maldives and stay in one of those beautiful little cabanas that's right out on the water. You open up your door and you just jump straight in the ocean into that crystal clear blue water. Maldives 2024. Look at how pale I am right now. This is terrible. I need to go to the Maldives. Give myself a tan. get me there.
Great surfing. Great surfing there.
My 2024 dream travel destination would probably be Hawaii, because my family has been trying to go for a couple of years now, and so I think 2024 is the year we'll finally be able to make it.
All right, good luck with that. I got some places I like. If you go,
well, I'm in America, so I would want to take a 3-month summer road trip across the whole country. There's so much of the United States to see, and I haven't even seen a fraction of it. I haven't even been to a quarter of the states. So I would want to take my time, go through the whole thing, spend maybe a week at a time, kind of each place, and take the whole summer doing that.
That would be a lot of fun, except for Texas. I mean, Texas is a great place to visit. I like all the towns, but it's a long haul across that state. Guys, it's time.
Yes, it's time to vote. Let's do it.
Travel dream aspirational vacation, right? Safari to stay. That's what Tabitha says. Like Benjamin, I guess, I can't remember now. I should be writing all this down, but it was awesome. It was awesome. Nobody said Mars.
No. Well, even better, we did mention that travel costs wouldn't be a problem. So, however much it costs for a space mission, you could do it.
Yeah, you could go, right? It's that or the Maldives.
3-year cruise.
Tabitha's got a lot on her mind.
Yeah.
I do love this idea of being on this like cruise ship and everything's taken care of. You got your meals, you got your laundry, you got your internet. All you got to do is like you work on your shuffleboard skills, right? Maybe learn how to surf a standing wave because they have that on a lot of these big cruise ships. Did that thing really take off? Are those guys like out there someplace now? This 3-year tour. 3-hour tour. I was thinking of Gilligan's Island. That's really funny. Well, Tabitha, congratulations. I hope that you make it.
Same. Yeah. I mean, I think Kitty Moore mentioned in the chat, like that is a long time to be on a boat. But at the same time, if you're going around to all these different places, that's, at least it's going to be different views every day.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot of big blue water out there. But boy, you got to pick your travel companion very, 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 very carefully. And maybe the best thing to do is to not bring a travel companion. Anybody's like, hey, that sounds cool. Can I come? And they're like, yeah, sure. I'll see you there. Because you don't want to get like locked down with somebody.
No, I agree. Yeah, no, go with yourself. Meet the people on the cruise.
Yeah, you remember the movie Passengers? Jennifer Lawrence? You ever see that one? They're going to like some far off planet and she gets stuck with somebody who was not that cool. If you guys haven't seen it, I don't want to give it away. You should watch it. That's a good movie.
I'll put it on my list.
Yeah. So do we have a poll for this one?
We do. We're asking fans, what type of dream vacation spot do you want? Do you want the beach? Do you want the mountains? Do you want to go to a city? Or, are you keeping it local? Are you not much of a vacationer? Maybe you'll like go for a spa weekend somewhere nearby. We want to know.
So if you guys want to vote in this poll, just type vote space and then number vote space 1 for the beach. Yeah, that's what people went for, which is so funny because I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. Yeah. Ka-ting, we get $5 every time we say that.
We're secretly sponsored by Star Wars.
Yeah, just kidding, YouTube. Star Wars joke.
Yeah, but the beach is a very good option. So, good luck to everyone who's going out there, and hopefully the sand isn't too coarse and irritating for all of you. Yeah, I think actually we've made it to the end of the week. That was our last question, which means the last thing we have to do for the show is the championship round.
This has been so much fun. I'm like reluctant to pick the best answer of all the great answers because there were so many great answers. Same. Really, really was. But so the way that this works is that all week long, we've been putting out those questions. You guys have done some amazing answers. And during the week, you've been voting and sending stars. And during the course of that time, you picked the ones that you like the best. We put them right here on the show. Those are the ones that you already voted as the best. And then you picked one. It was really hard to pick one, but now we've got it. The one best answer to each question of this week in the final round. And so now we're going to do a quick recap of all those answers. You will pick the best of the best by voting in the chat. And whoever it is that you pick will be our QOTD Big Show Champion of the Week for Travel Chat Week.
Yes, let's do that recap. Let's see who the winners are.
Listen, if someone said to me, we're going to offer you a round trip to go work remotely on an island in Hawaii, do you want to? Don't even finish the sentence. Just come pick me up. Okay? I'm ready to go right now. Right now, okay? Don't waste any time. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Come pick me up. Let's go. This sounds like an amazing opportunity. And I've never been to Hawaii, so count me in.
Tomorrow's answering the question, if you could work remotely from anywhere in the world, where would it be? She goes, Hawaii.
Okay, something I'm super worried about. There's a live action Lilo and Stitch movie coming out. Have y'all seen Stitch? They fixed Sonic when this happened. You know, Sonic came out, he had the teeth, he had the lip curl. Have you seen Stitch? I mean, I'm terrified that they're going to mess that up. And so my worry is they won't fix it. Even though fans have went crazy, please fix Stitch.
Yeah, and so this is the answer to the question of what's one worry that you would love to go away?
I really don't care too much about a dream home. I don't know. I'm more about location. I guess my dream home is at a beach. I'm a beach boy. That'd be a good time. But I don't really care about like the actual structure of it. If we just take any house, plant that thing on a beach, I'm good.
Yeah, and Chris is answering the question like, what are the amenities and the qualities of your dream home?
This year, I'm going to finally stay on top of my to-do list. I feel like I have an endless to-do list of things that aren't time sensitive, so they just kind of keep getting put off again and again and again. And I'm finally in a position where I think I can stay on top of it, so that's going to be my goal next year.
Yeah, Hannah's answering the question is like, what's your 2000?
If I were to go on a road trip with someone, living or dead, I believe I'll choose someone like Bear Grylls. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's like a outdoor survivalist type of person. And well, I wouldn't say that I don't know much about outdoors, but I've seen plenty videos. But seeing and doing it in real life is two way different things. So I'll probably choose someone with experience, such as Bear Grylls.
Yeah, who would you take as your road trip buddy? If it could be anybody, ever.
If I needed to leave my home in seconds, what 3 items? Well, I think pretty much anyone would say their wallet, their phone, and for me, it would be shoes or a jacket. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. Those are the things that I need. I guess my phone charger. So just my purse with all that included and a jacket, my shoes, hopefully I have clothes on, and then I'm good. And if I have some water, I'll bring that too. And my keys. There.
Yeah. What's in your emergency road trip go bag? You know, in case you got to go.
I don't know whether it's a destination or if the cruise ship itself is the destination, but I heard about this cruise that's going traveling around the world for 3 years straight. And it's built for the idea is that it's for people who work online, which I do, and you can work while you're on the ship because it has internet and all the facilities. But yeah, you travel around the world whilst working for 3 years. All your food, your cleaning, your laundry, everything done for you. Sounds amazing. So
yeah, so Tabitha's answering the question, what's your ultimate destination? And she says that voyage is the destination. Guys, we got to vote now. We got to pick the best of the best. You vote in chat by typing vote space and the number corresponding to the answer that you thought was the very best answer of all these awesome answers for the entire week. It's a false choice. They're all great.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, but this Stitch thing is sticking with me. What Bartimus is saying, I'm just... Chris. So Chris answered the question, what are the qualities of your dream home? He's like, hey man, just put me on the beach. Just put me on a shack there. Like Moondoggy, from the movie Gidget. You guys remember? Nobody, you don't Remember those 1960s surf flicks? It's a great movie. Anyway, Moondoggy decides to live on the beach. He could have been an engineer or a pilot. He didn't need any of that. He just wanted to live in a bure on the beach like they do in Fiji. So, Chris, congratulations. You are the fan favorite of the week, the QOTD Weekly Champion. And congratulations. But I mean, congratulations to everybody who just clicked that link, picked up their phone, and recorded an answer. It was so much fun seeing all of you. And I mean, I appreciate it not just as somebody who happens to be on the show and really likes to hear funny things, but also just as a member of this community. I just love the fact that people are sharing a little bit about themselves, either something that they know or advice that they have, or just what's on their mind, what they think. So thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for being with us here on QOTD.
Yeah.
So JJ, it's almost like I'm up here, right? Like my energy level's up here. I'm emotionally so fired up about travel, and now the week's over, right?
Yeah.
So what do we do now? I guess we go to the next week.
Yes, we do. And we actually do have next week's theme prepped and ready. Next week, we're sort of continuing this sort of idea of taking a break, taking some time for yourself. We're talking about self-care. We're talking about tricks for maintaining your hair, tricks for getting good sleep, tricks for making the perfect cup of coffee, or getting what your favorite scents are. We're talking about just ways that you like to take care of yourself, promote self-love, all that good stuff.
I mean, you're talking about it as self-care, but it's really about us caring for each other, because we're going to share some information, like how to make the perfect cup of coffee, which I know and I will tell you guys all about. But it's not just because I care for me, it's because I care for you. Yeah. So when does this happen? Is it now? Can I answer this question right now?
So I believe the way that it works is we're going to finish out today with the questions from the big show. If you want to send some love, answer these questions now that you've seen such incredible answers today. But the next week starts tomorrow. So we're starting with the Friday. Pretty fitting for a question about self-care to get it started over the weekend.
Right. Okay. Well, that's perfect. So tomorrow morning, or tonight at midnight, depending upon where you live, that's midnight Eastern time, we will get the next question, and it's going to be something about self-care. I think it's the hair one, right? Is that what we're starting with? How do you get that lustrous shine? Yeah, I may not be able to answer this one. I used to have a lot of hair. All right, guys, thank you so much. JJ, first off, thank you. You did a great job. JJ puts together a lot of these questions and assembles them into these magical themes. So thank you. And thanks to everybody who recorded. Thanks to everybody who voted. Thanks to people who just check in during the week and share stars and applaud for their favorite ones. That's super important, because those applauses, they come together in our AI, and they tell the AI which are the ones that are most likely to be liked, and then they get played more frequently and they get more votes, and it helps them make it to the big show. It's all very elaborate and beautiful in a kind of what shall we say, in a computer science ballet sort of way. So, but anyway, thanks for everybody who participated. We really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you next week. So comment, share, and subscribe. But on TV.
Yes, we will see you on TV. Bye, everyone. Love you all.